I'm Beardy Blocks, welcome back to my channel. Now today's sector is a little more complicated than sector 2 was. We're on sector 3 now. So we'll get right in there and have a look at it. Okay, so if you can remember last tutorial we had just come through Greba Castle, I believe it is. Yes, Greba Castle, then Greba Bridge. So yeah, this Greba Castle, as I said, you're coming through. We were coming out sort of in 4th. You were probably in 5th, coming over the next sector line. So coming into this fifth gear corner, left-hander. Be careful of the wall here. You've just got to ease the throttle on this one in 5th gear. Don't be too hard on it because there's a little crest as you come into the change of direction point here. And you can flip the wheel up and it can really mess your corner up, but as soon as you've got it flipped back over, you can open it wide open and then it's flat out all the way down to Greba Bridge. You know, it may not seem it, but yeah, you can just track the curb all the way round, all the way down to here. Now as you can see here, Greba Bridge, now you've got this curb that sticks out here. Now I kind of aim the bike towards that, and as soon as I get near that, well, I get just after that, and then I hammer on the brakes and then put it into 4th gear. Try to trail the throttle a little bit if you're trying to keep it stable, but then yeah, just easing off and throwing it in. Be careful of your head again on this one. And also this corner, the problem I find here is bad camber. It really can drag you out to the side of the road and can make for quite a dramatic corner, so you just got to kind of ease it on rather than plant it. If you plant the throttle on this corner, you're likely to end up either wheeling or just flying straight off into the wall on the side there. So yeah, just be careful as you come out of this corner. Now as you come out of here, it's hard now, and we've got a very long flat out bit. I say long flat out bit, it's a good sort of 10-20 seconds. So yeah, up here we're coming up to, I think this is called Gorsley. I think you flat out around this one here, you look for the zebra on the pavement, and then this right hander here, I believe this is the Gorsley one. Yeah, and this is another flat out one. I wasn't too sure. You're very close to being flat out in superbikes. I believe it is. I think I've managed it flat out in superbikes before, but then with super sports it's definitely flat out. And then all the way down to Ballacrane. Now when you get to Ballacrane is a big braking zone. You're probably doing best part of 190 mile an hour. And then what you're looking for is this green sign. I usually judge things with this. Now if you brake on this green sign, or even before this green sign, a little bit before, you will overshoot the corner, and overshooting the corner here means going straight into a wall or lamppost on the exit of the corner. So yeah, you want to make sure you slow down in time. So you want to brake sort of, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say, maybe 20 meters before that sign. And then when you come into the corner, as soon as you find your apex, there's a lot of bumps on this corner. It's very easy to do the tail whip, and I know it looks really cool, but it's actually slower. If you can keep traction through there, just ease on the throttle, and then as soon as you're out of it, it's now flat out to the finish line. Now more corners that don't really feel like it, but they are flat out. Just another ones where you have to be careful of your head on the corner, but yeah, it's flat out all the way down here, down to the finish line. Now I'm gonna go and see if I can improve on this 44th in the world, and I will be back in a mo. We'll see what I manage. Yeah, and that's how you do it. Just like that. Only 2 attempts that took me. Genuinely, only 2 attempts. I think doing sectors, you can really push it. So I think it's inevitable that you're going to beat yourself doing sectors. And if you noticed, I didn't do the silly rollback thing that I did last time. It's just too big a rollback for sector 3, so I couldn't do it. So yeah, well, basically it commits yourself. If you do multiple sectors, you can't see what time you got through them individual sectors. You can only see what time you got overall. So you can only really see your sector time if you beat your sector time. But voila, there you go, sector time beaten, 50.5 seconds. But then yeah, so that was 6 places up the board. But yeah, if you look down here though, you look at the big boys, and that's just insane. I'm still sort of a second and a half behind the big boys. When I say big boys, it's Kicker H. I see him as probably the quickest guy on here. I know Russie Online's got the lap time, but Kicker, you look through the sector times, and Kicker's the one that I'm chasing really. And as you can see here, he's in my friends list, so which is quite belittling, quite demeaning. But I did speak to him today, and he did say that I could use a few of his clips to show you a comparison. He did say I could use his clips and just say it's me, but I wouldn't do that. That's not fair. Yeah, I have actually raced Kicker before, and the one particular race that I remember most was 2 laps. He had a 15.59 and a 15.56, 2 clean laps back to back, both of which were faster than my fastest ever lap, and that was from a standing start. So yeah, pretty nippy lad. I might leave you with a little clip before we finish. And yeah, and hopefully I'll be doing a bit of streaming soon, and I might be able to convince Kicker into coming on and giving me a live ass whooping, and you can see how actually slow I am in comparison to the leader. So yeah, that should be quite interesting. But I'll post a date for that. I need to speak to my sister, because I'll probably do it around hers on her nice PS Plus and with her nice internet connection. So yeah, we'll just keep posted for that. But we'll see where that goes. But yeah, so I'm going to leave you with a little clip of how that sector is properly done, courtesy of Kicker H. Check him out.